First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, double honor to the apostles and the elders, help spreading the truth out of the four corners of earth. I'm here with that Can't Be lesson. Let's get it. I was watching a beautiful brother video, and it's got some motivation to do another video, so I'm just going to, and it's about faith and enduring and understanding the Lord is getting us ready. And being patient, even talking to myself, because sometimes, I can be impulsive, I can be impatient, but I think we all kind of like that. We get impatient, but, patience is a virtue. So Job was a great example of being patient. In this New Living Translation, NLT, Job chapter 2, verse 1 and down. One day the members of the heavenly court came again to present themselves before the Lord, and the accuser, Satan, came with them. Where have you come from? The Lord asked Satan. Satan answered the Lord, I have been patrolling the earth, watching everything that's going on. Then the Lord asked Satan, have you noticed my servant Job? He is the finest man in all the earth. He is blameless, a man of complete integrity. He fears Yahweh, he stays away from evil, and he has maintained his integrity, even though you urged me to harm him without cause. Satan replied to the Lord, skin for skin, a man will give up everything he has to save his life, but reach out and take away his health, and he will surely curse you to your face. So the Satan is basically, question the Lord like, oh yeah, you put Job through some trial tribulation. He gonna curse you. All right, do with him as you please, the Lord said to Satan, but spare his life. So this is an example that people gotta understand. Satan is part of the heavenly realm as well, but he's just the adversary of basically, he's the opposite of Yahweh Shai, basically. Not comparing the two, but obviously the Lord, the Almighty, is the creator of all existence, so therefore he created the Satan, which is where it try to call devil and give him different terminology. Job's 2, 6 and down. All right, do with him as you please, the Lord said to Satan, but spare his life. So Satan left the Lord's presence, and he struck Job with terrible blows from his head to foot. Job scraped his skin with a piece of broken pottery as he sat among the ashes. His wife said to him, are you still trying to maintain your integrity? Curse Yahweh and die. But Job replied, you talk like a foolish woman. Should we accept only good things from the hand of Yahweh and never anything bad? So in all this, Job said nothing wrong. So Job was getting, he was going through it, man. He came down with basically an illness. He got boils all on his skin. And his wife tried him, But Job stood on business, He was like, man, shall we reap the good and not, get bad? And that's for you brothers to understand, man. In truth, man, we might have to cut off our old lady, man. Remember Lot's wife, man. And I'm going to name this lesson, remember Job. But think about what Job going through right now. And his wife trying to tell him to go against his power. Job chapter 2, verse 11 down. Job 3 friends share his anguish, and so like if I tarnish his friends' names. When 3 of Job's friends heard of the tragedy he had suffered, they got together and traveled from their homes to comfort and console him. Their names were Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Nemethite. When they saw Job from a distance, they scarcely recognized him. Wailing loudly, they tore their robes and threw dust into the air over their heads to show their grief. Then they sat on the ground with him for 7 days and nights, and no one said a word to Job, for they saw that his suffering was too great for words. Job chapter 3, and I'm going to jump around and get to the point. In Job's first speech, that was his first words. At last, Job spoke, and he cursed the day of his birth. He said, let the day of my birth be erased, and the night I was conceived. Let the day be turned to darkness, and let it be lost even to Yahweh on high, and let no light shine on it. So Job was going through turmoil. He basically said, man, I regret to be born. You know what I'm saying? Then he got, okay. And when his friends replied to Job, will you be patient? Let me say a word for who could keep from speaking out. In the past, you had encouraged many people. You had strengthened those who were weak. Your words have supported those who were failing. You encourage those with shaky knees. But now when trouble strikes, you lose heart, and you're terrified when it touches you. Doesn't your reverence for Yahweh give you confidence? Doesn't your life integrity give you hope? Stop and think. Do the innocent die? When have the upright been destroyed? My experience shows that those who plant trouble and cultivate evil will harvest the same. A breath from Yahweh was destroyed them. They vanished in the blast of his anger. So this friend right here, Eliphaz, he was motivating. You know what I'm saying? And that's true friends in the time you're going through your worst situations, man. You need true people. And that's the brothers. And this whole truth in this ministry, man, having brothers around you to keep you spiritually fed and keep you going, because the times we're coming in, man, there's going to be a time in there before. So Lord willing, we'll be able to endure these times. Job chapter 5, verse 17 down. But consider the joy of those corrected by Yahweh. Do not despise the discipline of the mighty when you sin. For though he wounds, he also bandages. He strikes, but his hands also heal. From 6 disasters, he will rescue you. Even in the 7, he will keep you from evil. He will save you from death in the time of famine, from the power of the sword in the time of war. You will be safe from slander and fear no fear. Have no fear when destructions come. You will laugh at destruction and famine. White animals will not terrify you. You will be at peace with the stones of the field, and its wild animals will be peace with you. You will know that your home is safe, and when you survey your possessions, nothing will be missing. You will have many children. Your descendants will be plentiful as grass. You will go to the grave at a ripe old age. Life as a sheaf of a grain harvested at the proper time. We have studied life and found all this to be true. Listen to my counsel and apply it to yourself. So these are words, you know what I'm saying? This is the truth. And I'm gonna get to this scripture right here, man. This is King James Version, Ecclesiastes Sirach. My son, if thou comes, serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So this was Job going through. He's going to hit trial and tribulation. And we all got to go through our own trial and tribulation, what's fit for the Lord to put us through, because he know what we need to go through in order for us to get that crown and get to the kingdom. And Salaki, I'm getting to it. Proverbs 3:11. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. Isaiah 26:16. Lord, if trouble have they visit thee, they pour out prayer when thy chastening was upon them. Hebrews 12:5. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaking unto you as unto children, my son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. Hebrews 12:7. If ye endure in chastening, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the father chasteneth not? Job 5:17. Behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh corrected. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the mighty. So this basically going through the trial and tribulation and everything. And enduring the chastening of the Lord, because all our forefathers went through these different levels of chastening, man. Everybody, if you read about the Bible, man, they went through a trial tribulation, man, a moment, man. They went through a moment when they had to realize and cleave on to the Lord. Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach in Bel Air 31. He that loveth his son calls him off to fill the rod, that he may have joy in him in the end. So basically, this interpretation of you sparing the rod on your son or with your child, because if you don't discipline your kid, then they're going to grow up and be rebellious and not know order and discipline. And sometimes the Lord got to give us a whooping. We're going to be PG-13. The Lord got to give us a whooping. He got to discipline us. He got to put us in time out, because we can get too comfortable in this flesh sometimes and forget that, the Lord's still dealing with us. Sometimes he does that to test our faith. So Job is still going through and he's pleading his cause. He's going crazy. Like he maintained it, but he's going through it. He's going through hell right now. And Job 13:20 and down, I'm going to jump around. Oh, Yahweh, grant me these two things, then I will be able to face you. Remove your heavy hand from me and don't terrify me with your awesome presence. Now summon me and I will answer, or let me speak to you and you reply. Tell me, what have I done wrong? Show me my rebellion and my sin. Why do you turn away from me? Why do you treat me as your enemy? Why you terrify a leaf blown by the wind? Will you chase dry straw? And I'm gonna go down. You write bitter accusations against me. Job 40 and down. Then the Lord said to Job, do you still want to argue with the Almighty? You are Yahweh's critic, but do you have the answers? Then Job replied to the Lord, I am nothing. How could I ever find the answers? I will cover my mouth with my hand. I have said too much already. I have nothing to say. Then the Lord answered to Job from the whirlwind, brace yourself like a man, because I have some questions for you. Brace yourself like a man, because I have some questions for you, and you must answer them. Will you discredit my justice and condemn me just to prove you are right? Are you strong as Yahweh? Can you thunder with a voice like this? All right, put on your glory and splendor, your honor and majesty. Give vent to your anger and let it overflow against the proud. Humiliate the proud with the glance and walk on the wicked where they stand. Bury them in the dust and prison them in the world of the dead. And Then even I will praise you, for your own strength will save you. Take a look at the behemoth, which I made just as I made you. It eat grass like an ox. See his powerful loins and muscles of his belly. Its tail as strong as cedar, and the sinew of the thighs are knit tightly together. See his powerful loins and muscles of his belly. Its tail is as strong as a cedar, and the sinews of the thighs are knit tightly together. Its bones are tubes of bronze. Its limbs are bars of iron. It is a prime example of Yahweh handiwork, and only its creator can threaten it. The mountains offer it their best food, where all the wild animals play. It lies under the lotus plant, hidden by the reeds in the marsh. No one can, it is not disturbed by the raging river, nor concerned when the swelling Jordan rushes around, and that's the river. No one can catch you off guard or put a ring in his nose and lead away. So basically, like, can nobody capture this creature? And the same, in the next chapter, the Lord is describing Leviathan. Can you catch Leviathan with a hook and put a noose around his leg? Can you, so the Lord is explaining these creations that he made to Job. Because Job was questioning him, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was a real situation going on. And Job right here, chapter 42, verse 1, then Job replied to the Lord, I know that you can do anything. No one can stop you. You ask, who is this that question my wisdom with such ignorance? It is I. And I was talking about the things I knew nothing about, things far too wonderful for me. You said, listen, I will speak. I have some questions for you, and you must answer them. I have only heard about you before, but now I have seen you with my own eyes. I take back everything I said, and I sit in the dust and ashes to show my repentance. And that's very modest. That's very humbling of Job to do that, because, pride, sometimes we get ahead of ourselves. And even me, sometimes I go through something like, why? But this is teaching me that, man, you got to be humble, man. Like, what I'm saying? The Lord know what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Job 42:7. Conclusion, the Lord blesses Job. After the Lord had finished speaking to Job, he said to Eliphaz the Temanite, I am angry with you and your two friends, for you have not spoken accurately about me as my servant Job has. So take 7 bulls and 7 rams and go to my servant Job and offer a burnt offering for yourselves. My servant Job will pray for you, and I will accept his prayer on your behalf. I will not treat you as you deserve, for you have not spoken accurately about me as my servant Job has. So Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shunammite, Zophar the Nemanite did as the Lord commanded them. The Lord accepted Job's prayer. When Job prayed for his friends, the Lord restored his fortunes. In fact, the Lord gave him twice as much as before. Then all his brothers and sisters, former friends, came and feasted with him in his home, and they consoled him and comforted him because all his trials the Lord had brought against him. And each of them brought him a gift of money and a gold ring. So the Lord blessed Job in the second half of his life even more than in his beginning. For now he had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 teams of oxen, 1,000 female donkeys. And he also gave Job 7 more sons and 3 more daughters. He named his first daughter Jemimah, the second Kizah, and the third Kareem Hapuch. So like these names are crazy. In all the land, no woman were as lovely as the daughters of Job, and their father put them in his will along with their brothers. And Job lived 140 years after that, living to see 4 generations of children and grandchildren. Then he died an old man who had lived a long, full life. And that's the matter of the conclusion. Being patient through all the trial and tribulation we got to go through. Lord, remember Job, man. Remember what Job endured, man. His woman tried to get him to curse the Lord out. His friends, they said some things, but eventually your friends just start try to weed you out. And that's why the Lord didn't like what they said, because we can't speak on the Almighty and Creator. We don't know nothing. We know nothing. The Lord know what he's doing, so therefore we don't question the Creator. And that's the lesson I get from the friends. Like, yeah, they did their job consoling him, but also they was inaccurate about why the Lord was doing what he was doing to Job. The Lord was testing Job. They didn't know that because they don't know the Almighty. The book of Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1 and down. My son, if thou come serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. Job went through his temptation. Your Lord Yahweh went through his temptation. He got crucified on that cross. Now he's sitting on the right hand of the Alpha and Omega. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure it. Make not haste in the time of trouble. So don't make a radical move. Be patient. Pray to the Lord. First thing we're going to do is pray. Breathe, calm down, breathe, pray to the Lord. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Job got increased at his last end. They say he had some of the beautiful daughters in the land, And he had everything because the Lord, Job endured his temptation. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. Job was changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire and accept the man in the furnace adversity. Job was tried through the fire and he was accepting the adversity. Believe in him, he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest you fail. No, we're going to wait on the Lord's mercy because the Lord knows how he going to take care of us as long as we endure and keep the faith. Ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. The Lord is the man that he shall not lie. Ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. So even when we're going through our hell, turmoil, at the end of the day, man, still the victory is already sealed. We got to endure. Look at the generation old. Job was a generation old. And see that every any trust in the Lord was confounded, or did any abide his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? No one. Rhetorical question. For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy and long suffering, very pitiful, forgiving sins and saving the time of affliction. So, yeah, the Lord is very passionate. And he was passionate about Job's friends that he like, look, I'm gonna bless you. I'm gonna forgive you off of Job's strength. I'm going to forgive you off of Job's strength. That's how compassionate our Lord, because our Lord could have condemned them, because the Lord don't play about his name and who he is. He is him. Like we John, well, we say, I'm him. The Lord is him. Ezra 9:13. And after all that has come upon us for our evil deeds and for our great trespass, seeing that our power has punished us less than our iniquities deserve and has given us such deliverance as this. Yeah, the Lord could have done something to them, Job's friend, but he had mercy on them off of Job's strength. You know what I'm saying? And we speaking to ourselves, the Lord punished us less than our iniquity deserve, man. We done broke all type of laws and did all type of things, and the Lord still dealing with us, man. So how can you say the Lord is not merciful and long suffering? How can you say the Lord is impatient and he don't love us? Now, he loves us, but, man, at the end of the day, man, when your kid get out of line to a point, you got to eventually discipline him, right? Or her. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in the vain of the Lord. So us being in these scriptures, reading, learning, edifying others, trying to walk in these laws and commandments to the best of our ability, the Lord sees all this. And it's telling us to be steadfast and to be unmovable, man. Keep the faith, man. Keep enduring, man. Remember what Lot went through, man. I said Lot. Well, I was talking about Job, but hey, remember what Lot went through. He went through the filthy conversation of Sodom and Gomorrah, which we're living in, Sodom and Egypt spiritually, and he still endured that. You know what I'm saying? Lot endured that. Then Lot had to endure the fact that he saw his wife get destroyed by the Lord. So at the end of the day, man, the Lord does good and evil. And that's the whole point of the truth, man. We got to understand, man, the Lord does all, man. The Lord does good and evil, just like Job said. You sound like a silly woman. Should we get all and not receive the bad? Because a lot of times when we're going through situations, the Lord is testing us. And that's why I realize I'm learning. I'm talking to myself first and foremost. Be accountable for your decisions. Understand that the Lord is watching you and want you to be a better example, because how you want to get the kingdom if you can't even handle yourself right now. So I'm speaking to myself furthermore. It's like, and I'm praying for you brothers out here to keep enduring, man. Keep the faith, man. We all we got, man. Like, skip this world, man. Man, keep staying in these scriptures, man. We keeping each other satisfied and motivated, man. We got this, man. We got this, man. Endure to the end. All praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rikakadash. Shalom.